Hey everybody, happy Friday. Welcome to ATX Good News. I'm Judy Maggio.
And I'm Leslie Rohde. I'm so glad that you've chosen to join ATX Good News today. We're in our, I think, about 6th edition this week, having a good time, spreading some good news to people all over the Central Texas area. And we are finding that there is a lot of good news out there to be had. That is for sure. So we want to give you some good news stories and send you off into the weekend with a great big smile on your face.
Yeah, we also want to hear from you. Remember, if you want to comment, we are live streaming via StreamYard. So it's easy to comment, but you have to do that extra step and click on that link to send us some of your good news and your comments today.
Lots of good news going on this weekend, too, to look forward to, Judy. I mean, we've got the
gosh.
Super Bowl. We've got Valentine's Day coming up. We've got so much good things coming up in the weekend to look forward to. So
today we're going to be talking about everything from puppies to a brand new partnership. Some more good news coming.
And more alliteration that you love.
I love alliteration. What can I say?
Okay, let's go ahead and kick off some good news. Why don't we, Judy? We're going to start out. Over the last week, we had that winter weather crisis that came through a few days, and that turned into that water crisis. Austin was under a boil water notice for several days, and a lot of people just could not get the clean water that they needed. So unsung heroes like the Community Resilience Trust and a collaboration of nonprofits, they got this clean water to Austin's unhoused community. Our first good news neighbor, you remember him, Ruben Cantu, there he is, right there on the screen. He was in that group, and he told us, quote, every single person has to contribute something because we're all part of the city, and in times of crisis, we need it even more. So that's what happened. Another nonprofit, Meals on Wheels Central Texas, joined forces with Capital Metro to deliver bottled water to their homebound elderly clients. And all, dozens of nonprofits, hundreds of volunteers joined forces, and they took that action to make sure that the most vulnerable people here in the city of Austin had the fresh water that they needed. So we salute all of those volunteers from all those groups who took time and just really jumped into some quick action to make sure people had clean water.
And a lot of volunteers also made sure that the dogs and cats at Austin Pets Alive had clean water. They were also delivered just dozens and dozens of bottles of water and clean water for the pets there. And that's where we want to go next is Austin Pets Alive, because they had a big milestone to celebrate, and it involves an 8-week-old basset hound named Copper. Is he cute or what? Well, Copper was the 100,000th life saved at Austin Pets Alive. And this little guy came to them with parvo. He underwent treatment in the puppy parvo ICU. He is now happily at home with his forever family. And a lot of people don't realize, but Austin Pets Alive and the other rescue groups in Austin mean that Austin has maintained that goal that it set about 10 years ago of being a no-kill city. Right now, our save rate of rescue pets in Austin is 97%, and that's a really good record. So thanks to everybody who's given and adopted dogs at Austin Pets Alive. We want to share a message from APA President and CEO Ellen Jefferson.
Hi, ATX Good News. This is Ellen Jefferson here at Austin Pets Alive, and I'm here with Copper, who is our 100,000th rescuee. And if you're interested in getting more involved with Austin Pets Alive, please go to our website at austinpetsalive.org to sign up to donate, volunteer, adopt, or foster.
How cute is Copper? Man, and those dogs are barking. I know my beagle is going, what's going on?
Yeah, Judy, if you don't know, Judy and I both have hound dogs. So I have a couple and you have one, and you can hear those hounds in the background baying. There's nothing like a hound dog sound. I think you have to be a special person to love it. But yeah, my dogs were freaking out in here as well, wondering where those dogs were.
Copper is so cute. Yeah.
Copper is precious. He looks very comfortable where he is. And we want to mention probably that Copper did not eat that entire little mini cake. I'm sure they didn't let him eat that. It was just for fun.
Maybe just Yeah, maybe the staff split it. Okay,
Okay.
we have kind of a puppy theme going today, right, Leslie?
Yes, and we can't get enough of them. So we're going to move on now to Austin Humane Society's big upcoming event this weekend, the Puppy Bowl. It's the 15th annual, of course, on the same day. Well, this is going to be Saturday before you get to the Super Bowl on Sunday, but the Puppy Bowl is happening once again at the Austin Humane Society. Lots of people going to, before they get ready for football, they're going to get ready for some puppies. This is going to be outside at the Austin Humane Society Saturday. There'll be Super Bowl predictions. There'll be vendors, a kid zone there, and of course, puppy races. We're told 8 puppies are going to play in the Puppy Bowl this week there, but more will be on hand for adoption. It's free to go. Watch these dogs, have a good time. Look at all the animals that are up for adoption there, and maybe even take one home with you.
Oh, I know. It's hard to go there and not take a dog home with you, but that'll
Yeah.
be so much fun. The Puppy
And
Bowl.
we should mention that from 2 to 4 that afternoon, the Yard Bar is also continuing the Puppy Bowl, and you can actually go and enter your own dog for a donation to the Austin Humane Society. So that's a little fun too. I think they're up on Burnett Road. So
Yes,
lots
they
of fun
are.
with puppies
Yes,
going on
Yard
this
Bar is
weekend.
always a great place to take your dog, and I've Ruthie's been there many times. It's a fun place to go. All right, the Puppy Bowl going on, and we want to segue now to our Good News Neighbor, because that's something that we do every week. We highlight a person in the Austin area that's spreading goodness, and our neighbor this week is not familiar to many of you, I'm sure. Turk Pipkin. Turk is an actor and author, and along with his wife, Christy Pipkin, they started a project called the Nobelity Project way back in 2005. And man, they've helped thousands and thousands of kiddos. The nonprofit's doing amazing work, bridging gaps in education, not only here at home in Austin, but in East Africa and in Latin America. So we asked Turk to share what brings him the most joy about his work.
Hi, Judy and Leslie and everyone who's following along with ATX Good News. Very cool that you guys are doing this. I am Turk Pipkin. I am the co-founder of the global education nonprofit, the Nobelity Project. First question was, what brings me the most joy about leading or co-leading with Christy Pipkin, the Nobelity Project? And I'm not sure if this is a trick question or just a tricky question, but we work with 15,000 students, so pretty much all of it brings great joy. When we are in Kenya, for instance, and we're opening a new library or a new preschool or a new classroom, and 160 classrooms and 60 libraries and preschools we've opened, the joy with the kids, their share with us to see what they're about to go into is just amazing. But when you cut the ribbon, you go inside with the community and the parents and the students, it's just the celebration goes off the charts. So there's great joy there. And then when you come back a year later or 2 years later and you see how much the students' performances have improved, how motivated they are to go to school because they have a decent classroom or because they have a kitchen that gives them a good meal at lunchtime. When you see that, you see their scores going up, then it really sinks in with the joy.
Joy that the Nobelity Project passes around, and we want everyone to know that the annual Feed the Peace Awards that benefits the Nobelity Project is March the 6th. It is at the Paramount Theater. There's a link there for tickets. There's going to be an amazing concert with Carolyn Wonderland, Marsha Ball, Bob Schneider, and the awardees are always amazing human beings. Willie Nelson, Dan Rather have been honored in the past. So promises to be a star-studded, delightful evening to benefit this wonderful nonprofit that calls Austin, Texas home. So thank you, Turk Pipkin, for being our Good News Neighbor of the Week.
Yeah, we salute you, Turk, and all the work that you and your wife do for just people all over the world, especially those kids. I love to see their faces. You know, that schooling, that education can make so much difference.
Changes lives.
Yeah, it does. So thank you, Turk, and we salute you for being our Good News Neighbor this week. Okay.
And now we have a partnership coming up.
We do have a brand new partnership. I feel like we're announcing one of these every week, and that's exciting as we're growing here on ATX Good News. You see us live here on Facebook weekly, and we're also on YouTube. but we are expanding to the radio. Yes, on the radio, we are happy to announce that we are partnering with the Sandy Show on Mondays and Wednesdays in the morning, Monday and Wednesday mornings. You'll be able to hear some ATX Good News segments there on the Sandy Show. Streaming on the iHeartRadio app, that's 103.1, and it's good old 80s music. 80s music that we love. And 80s music itself, I think, is good news. Judy, don't you think?
Oh, it just brings you back to that period of time in your life. Not to age myself, but I was in my 20s in the 80s. Yeah, you know, songs like Let's Get Physical with an Olivia Newton-John, or I Love Rock and Roll. I mean, just really great upbeat music.
Eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight. Yes,
There you go.
that's all.
Sing it, sister.
That gets you going and makes you happy, right? So there's some good news 80s music. So we're happy to be partnering with Sandy's wife Trisha, and they're a lot of fun. And we're happy to be bringing some good news there on that. Again, that's 103.1. That's the Sandy Show, streaming on the iHeartRadio app.
That'll be great. And I told Sandy that we're going to be infusing more estrogen into that show. So I think Trisha's kind of excited about that. We are excited that we've gotten such overwhelming support from this community. We're up to 1,500 followers since we started just a month ago. We appreciate all the good news stories you've been sending in and all the words of encouragement as Leslie and I go on this adventure together. And it's a passion project for us. We believe that the world needs more good news right now. And there's so much goodness happening right here in our own backyards.
We've mentioned it before, but there's a lot of news that can weigh heavy on you these days, watching it. So when we're overwhelmed with all of that, we're just trying to provide a place for all of you to find some good news, especially things happening right here in the Austin area, because if you look for it, it's out there. So we hope that you will see it and notice it and send us your ideas. It can be a large organization doing something for people. It can be one single person just stopping by to help somebody out some way. So it doesn't matter, big or small. Send us your good news and we want to celebrate it with you.
So atxgoodnews@gmail.com. Big weekend coming up, the Super Bowl on Sunday and Valentine's Day Monday. We want to wish everybody a joyful weekend and more good news coming your way.
Bye, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Thanks for watching.